Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're recording this video on February the 8th. I anticipated being able to do this video on February the 4th, 4 days ago, but due to massive irregularities, um, we're doing it now. Of course, the Iowa Democratic Party had some trouble getting out the results of the caucus. I was anticipating being able to do a "This is what happened" video. Um, so let's talk about what transpired. Um, Iowa Democrats on Monday went to their caucus sites and they caucused for their candidates. And this was the first time that they were going to do the results in this way. One of the ways was they were going to enter the data on an app on smartphones. One, knowing what we know now about 2016, why in the world anyone thought this was a good idea is beyond me. I'm sorry. But they had a backup system, paper ballots and paper trails, and that's good. The app was developed fully 2 weeks before the primary. And precinct chairmen were not able to download this app until, from the reporting I've read, 3 days before the primary. Some of them, when they went to download it, it said, high risk to your device. One, if I'm about to download an app and it says that, no, sorry, no, no good on the kit, Pedro. Sorry, no good. Another thing was the people that were running were not given any direction in the booklets they were given on how to use it. Apparently, some reporting says there was a tutorial on the app, but as consequential as this was, that's BS. In the training for your precinct chairmanship, there should have been, this is how you use it. No one should have left their training without a full understanding of how to use it, how to enter the data, any questions at all that could have risen, and any security concerns that may have been needed to be addressed should have been dealt with. Also, apparently, the Iowa Democratic Party did not do any test runs. News divisions before an election run tests to make sure the graphics are working, make sure the decision desk is functioning in a way it should be, make sure that everything sets up so that on election night, when real numbers come in, they're able to react. So they should have had mock trial runs to make sure the app could handle the data, make sure that it's computing right, and apparently this didn't happen. And about 9:30, everybody's like, where are the results? And it was a catastrophe. The data was coming in, wasn't computing right. The Iowa Democratic Party's like, these numbers cannot be right. Something's terribly amiss here. You had people that did not download the app using the back doorway to give results, phoning in. Well, you had a massive number of people calling in. It tied up the lines. The number that was supposed to be for precinct chairman only got leaked to Twitter, and nefarious people started calling this number, and it was promoted on certain nefarious Twitter accounts that were trying to cause trouble. So, it's a catastrophe. But luckily, from what we can tell now, the data was correct. There was no hack. It was just a matter of the app wasn't ready to handle the data, and it was very, very close. So, before the caucus, I said that it was going to be very close. I said that I thought Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden would be pretty much essentially tied for number one. I said that I thought, though, if you asked me absolutely who I thought would win, I said I thought it would be Sanders. Well, there was a tie for 1 and 2, but it wasn't who I thought. Pete Buttigieg was the top candidate. He got 564 state delegate equivalents, 26.2, 13 national pledge delegates. Bernie Sanders, 26.1, 562, 12 pledge. Third place, I did not see this coming. I did not see Elizabeth Warren finishing this high. 387, 18%, 8 pledged. And then Joe Biden, 341, 15.8, and 6. And Amy Klobuchar, 264, 12.3, and 1 pledged delegate. You had 4 candidates that got over 15% of the vote. I think that there's no way for sure at the moment to say if Buttigieg or Sanders won. I think, though, in the end, I'm a believer in institutions, so I'm going to go with we have nearly 100% of the results, and we're missing one precinct. One, according to the New York Times results, which is pretty solid. So, I think barring something just catastrophic, that we're able to say that Buttigieg likely won this. With Sanders second. It's essentially a tie. They're 2 away. In state delegate equivalents, 1 away in national delegate equivalents, and 0.1 of a percentage point away in their percentage. So, and now we're getting word that there may be errors in the result. Um, the Democratic National Committee um, is wanting to do a recanvass of the results. Not a recount, but a recanvass, making sure the tally sheets add up with the results that have been given. I think that most people get how big of a screw up this is, but I don't think a lot of people fully appreciate this. The Democratic Party of Iowa had 4 years to prepare for this one night, already under scrutiny for being the first in the nation, with candidates saying, should Iowa go first, and talking seriously and openly about it. Major media figures talking about it, and even national party leaders debating should Iowa go first. If the Iowa caucuses are first in 4 years or 8 years on the Democratic side, depending on how this plays out, I will be shocked. Seriously will. This is a massive, massive, massive failure. Tom Perez, in my opinion, will be lucky to be the DNC chair next year if he makes it through the campaign. They tried to appease the Sanders crowd, and that's why the results had to be reported the way they were. I hope that in New Hampshire everything goes off without a hitch. Because if they have 2 massive failures in a row in reporting, as they did in Iowa, we're in for a long campaign season, and we're also in for 4 more years. So, gotta really make sure that this thing goes off without a hitch, because this was a field day for Republicans. They absolutely enjoyed the hell out of this. So yeah, they really enjoyed it. My overall read is this: paper tallies, paper trail's good. Phoning in the results to the Democratic state party is good, and also then you mail them by traditional mail or hand deliver them. But doing it on an app, electronically, anyway, of that nature, in my opinion, is asking for trouble. So, yeah. I hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see you all tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow we'll do our New Hampshire. Either tomorrow or Monday, we'll do our New Hampshire video. I'll do this day in history in a little bit, and I'll see you all again sometime.